Good morning on the YouTube, and this is the real Jacqueline Striblin. And I would like everyone that's connected to the illegal operations of the Associated Press interactive telephones that are hooked up through Mr. Dr. Pastor Andre Lejeune Lanier, Mr. All Google accounts that belong to Jacqueline Stribling with Kenneth Hanks, Ronell Mosley with the Hanks and Lofton Group, with the Mosley and McCullen and Martin Group, with the Red Cardinals from Cincinnati, which is the baseball team that Kenneth Hanks and Stephen J. Carwell once was trying out for because they were trying to be in the big leagues. I know who you are, Mr. Reginald Barnes. You and your sister, Regina Barnes, of Kellogg Business Management. She's an executive management secretary. Regina Barnes, the big, beautiful woman model. Regina, you and your sisters don't have to worry about me. You all like Adrienne Russell because she's more of your kind running around in your crowd. I don't run around in anybody's crowd. I'm a solo artist. I stand alone. I don't need anyone hacking onto the back end of anything that I own because I know who I am. You may not know who I am, but I'm very aware of who I am, Asia Radio Wheeler, Jimmy Wheeler Jr., Jimmy Wheeler Sr. I know exactly who I am, and you have been a fraud, Jimmy Wheeler Sr. and Jimmy Wheeler Jr., along with Asia Wheeler, sitting on the back end of their mother's, wife, and the daughter identity, lying on her mother, creating malice and strife in her mother's life because Asia Wheeler is a liar. She's a counterfeit and a fraud, just like Shaquilla Quinn and Tania Sterling with Jimmy Wheeler in Las Vegas with Donna Sterling. See, because Donna Sterling is a nurse from the nurses group. I figured it all out. We have all of these different people that are sitting in collaboration to do dirt. Some of them have admirations, but other of them have nothing but pure, unadulterated hate. Ain't that right, Adrienne Russell? Who's been doing dirt and smut and spite on my identity with Reginald Barnes, conscious co-creators on this on the cerebral brain, sitting on the red screen, the yellow screen, the blue screen, the turquoise screen. You're sitting on the blue screen, on the black screen, on the white screen, on the yin and the yang, which is good and bad, and what will go wrong, it will go wrong. See, so while you playing on the background on my telephone, am very aware of you, teacher, pastor, financial advisor, motivator, and mentor, Mr. Andre Lanier from the Growth Gathering Church Organization. See, I knew it was some religious organizations involved with the free data because the Zoom program allows them to have their podcasts. Andre Lanier. I'm not slow at all, sir, because you're sitting on Jokey Huff, who is the head that the crown sits upon with your coronavirus, with the COVID-19, which is a fake pandemic of scars, too, which is severe acute respiratory symptoms. So you think you fooling me? You're not. I'm very aware, Tina Lofton Mosley, of what those acronyms mean. I keep telling you, Latanya Jordan, I'm not slow. But you're very jealous and intimidated by Jacqueline Stribling, and you always have been ever since you met me. So you want to do dirt, hurt, smut, and devastation on my identity along with Charles McGee Jr. Because you sneaking around, creeping around, busting down on my contact list. That goes for you too, Latoya Denise Smith and Angela Williams and any other woman that's connected up to my identity with the affirmation. Latoya Smith. Asia Wheeler with the confirmation and the validation on the Square apps and the Cash apps that you are streaming through my phone through the Boost mobile telephone that does not belong to you. It belongs to Jacqueline Stribling, and you taking it over, Shaquilla Quinn and Asia Wheeler and Jimmy Wheeler Jr. Because all of you all have been using my stolen identity on the back end of Facebook and YouTube with m.facebook and m.youtube.com. That's the mobile units. You're going to end up in the penitentiary on the stolen cellular phones that you are using for burner phones. I know exactly what you're doing on your long term evolution of the subnet mass systems. You're going to go to jail on those long term evolutions, on the mirrored effect of the revolutions and the resolutions. You're going to end up in the death on the death row with high definition television. Be careful what you're doing because everybody is not asleep. Asia Wheeler and Jimmy Wheeler. See, you all want to go through the cable companies and do your dirt, hurt, and devastation through social media, through the Securities and Exchange Commission, with the stock exchange and the board of trade, with the stock market, with the Robin Hood. Take from the rich and give to the poor. That's Shakayla Marie Dunn on Jacqueline Stribling's personal identity that she's hacked in with 1414. Shakayla Marie Dunn, Tunica, Mississippi, from 8547 South on May on 2A. When you hacked into my Xfinity. Cause I love you for infinity. I love you for infinity too. Asia Wheeler with the mobile units of infinity with your auntie Regina Bush. See, cause all of you all are in miserable collaboration to do dirt, hurt, smut, and frustration because you thought you were entitled to someone else's revenue and you're not because you're hooked up on everything that I own and operate on my personal devices. And you put your spitefulness on the back end of my identity to try to ruin my reputation, but my reputation speaks for itself because my slate is clean. Stephen, Stephen Charles, Stephen J. Caldwell. All of you men, Stefan Fletcher, you call yourself doing slickness, Mr. Cancer, along with Mr. Caldwell over there, with Mrs. Sherelle Howard Walker. See, Sherelle Howard Walker doesn't need to do any dirt towards great auntie Jacqueline Stribling. Why you came in and stole documentations. See, you all think you so cunning and slick, but what you don't know is I'm 10 steps ahead of everything that you thought you were doing, Andre Lanier, financial advisor. See, because all of you all on the down low and low down need to go sit down. That goes for the 10 men that are hooked up on the background of my telephone in your group with the Hirsch Huskies group, because that's where it originated from. Then you're sitting on my television on channel 2.2 watching everything that I do. You sit on the ion. The eye is on is the ion battery on the mobile unit, the back end of the telephone that you try to control, manipulate. and hack into to have the source of the energy, which is the electricity that runs the back end of the telephone with the solar power for the Illinois solar power for the electricity, and they pay you to put the panels on top of your roof of your house, and then you don't have a light bill because it's for the e-commerce for the state of Illinois through the Exelon Group, who is ran by Commonwealth Edison. And Commonwealth Edison is one of the richest conglomerates that there are, which is one of the giants in the economic energy programs. Mr. Carwell, I need you to understand that I understand that you are a financial advisor also, and you are a marketing consultant. That means that you have all of the ins and the outs of the marketing program and the connections. And then we have connections with the attorneys group with the Mrs. Tiffany Hardy, who's sitting on the background of my phone since 2017 with Jimmy Wheeler the second. Jimmy Wheeler, your mother is not slow. I need you all to understand that the things that you are doing is illegal and it's unconstitutional. And you are violating every civil liberties and civil rights that I have when you're violating and invading upon my personal identity and my personal privacy. You are invading on it, and it's talking about it come from China. I don't care where it came from, because all of you are liars, perpetrators, and thieves. Stephen. Stephen from Direct TV with Mr. Jimmy Galloway Jr. and Angela Lynn Williams with the Fire Sticks from Amazon that she hacked into since 2012. Angela Lynn Williams. Because, see, you've been sitting on my identity since 2006, Angela Lynn Williams. When you start talking to Jimmy Galloway at the Chicago public school system, when you all were working at Harlan High School together, because you are a fraud, Angela Lynn Williams. You was sneaking around, creeping around, and busting down with Jimmy Galloway Jr. That's why he brought your raggedy ass to my house. But you don't know I will whoop your little pop-ad raggedy ass. You, Ronell Mosley, and Latoya Smith. I don't give a damn about none of y'all doing bullshit and my stolen identity. Because Latoya Smith, you and Linda Reeves and Tina Lofton Mosley gonna end up in the federal penitentiary. Right along with Asia Wheeler with her lying, conniving, scheming, plotting ass. With Andre Mack and Matthew Hudson, Mr. AKA Lights Out on Second Life. Y'all better get a damn life and get off of mine. Because I'm tired of you playing your deceitfulness on my identity. Get you some business and something else to do. Have a great day and a night too.